I'm going to take a second to talk to you about underdogs.
Everywhere, this is for you.
Flyers flying on the team, touchdown, time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, really time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco, thanks for tuning in.
What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me good? Let's make sure we can hear each other. I want to make sure everybody can hear each other. Somebody let me know. Make sure y'all can hear me in here because I want y'all to hear every word. The Sixers just gave up the world for James Harden. The Sixers just gave up the world for James Harden. All right, good. Y'all can hear me. All right, so for those that don't know, for those that may not know, I am a Nets fan. I know you guys can all boo me, all leave a dislike now. So I honestly was so okay with this deal getting done because I was so tired of James Harden being so toxic on this team. And I've said this before, this is a trade of problems. This is just a trade of issues. That's all this is. This is two teams having an issue with a player and one team being able to get way more value than the other. If you look at the Nets, if you ever watched the Nets, the biggest thing with them was the lack of their big men play, lack of really just defense in general. Obviously, the injuries with, not Kyrie. Kyrie's just not being able to play home games. But the injury with KD really kind of set us back as a team. Obviously, have been losing about 9 or 10 in a row right now and not looking good. But we've had all our backups in there. This is very, very interesting. This is very, very interesting because I know that the Sixers do this with the mindset that they are going to win now. I don't know if that's going to happen, man. James Harden will quit on you just like he did with 3 other franchises. And I'm not even hating. To be honest with you, I am so surprised that the Nets were able to get the value that they were able to get out of James Harden. James Harden legitimately has not played well this whole year. And even when he has played well, he doesn't play, right? When he might have a good game, he just doesn't go in and suit up. He's upset because he has to carry a team that, I understand the being upset with Kyrie. I get that to a certain extent. But KD's hurt. What do you want him to do? KD's hurt. You're supposed to be there and carry this team while KD's down. He refuses to do it. So it's going to be very, very interesting. I think that the Sixers got fleeced. If I'm being 100% honest right now, I think that the Sixers got fleeced. So the trade is Ben Simmons, Andre Drummond, Seth Curry. I believe Paul Millsap is involved in the trade as well. Obviously, James Harden. And then you guys went ahead and gave us 2 first-round picks as well. So I definitely feel like you guys got fleeced. If I'm being 100% honest, you guys may have gotten fleeced. I just want to make sure that that's the trade. I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised. Ben Simmons with Kyrie and KD might be deadly. Ben Simmons doesn't need to shoot for the Nets. That's one thing that I think a lot of people aren't really taking into account. Ben Simmons doesn't have to shoot in Brooklyn. We got guys that want to do that. Giving us Seth Curry is crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Seth Curry and Joe Harris, we got 2 of the better, if not the best, 3-point shooters, spot-up shooters in the game now. I don't know. What's going on, D Biggie says, you think we gave up too much? I think y'all did. What's going on, Adi B? You're a Nets fan as well, right? James Harden to 76ers. What's going on, Ryan Rowe? Y'all got robbed. If you're talking about the Sixers, I definitely feel like they did. What's going on, JJ? What's going on, Richard Roof? Sixers need to win now. What's going on, Takeem? I get that. The Sixers are in win now mode. But I don't know if James Harden is that guy. If you add if you added players and got rid of Ben Simmons, maybe I would get this. But you basically just gave up one problem for another, and you're going to have a whole lot of hurt next year when you don't have any first round picks, when you don't have a Seth Curry to, kind of help your team float when you need shooters. You added James Harden, but outside of that, how did you get better? I just don't think you did. I don't think you did right now. I think that the Nets I think the Nets fleeced them. I really do. Sixers need to win. Andre Drummond washed up. Andre Drummond's going to be a backup, right? He's going to play a way bigger role than, we were able to get out of DeAndre Jordan. So I don't say, look, you pair him up with a Blake Griffin. You pair him up with a Nick Claxton. Maybe he'll be able to help Nick Claxton grow as a player. I really don't see where the Sixers won this trade at all. He still won't shoot. Enjoy that crybaby. Same can be said about James Harden. Enjoy that crybaby. You're not going to... I said this on Twitter, and I was kind of saying it jestfully, but I mean it wholeheartedly. James Harden is going to quit on you guys as well. If God forbid something happens to Joel Embiid, that he gets hurt for a couple games or an extended period of time, James Harden's just going to give up on you guys. And he's old now, so it really doesn't matter to him. Like, I really don't know. I don't know what the thought process was in this from the Sixers. I mean, I do. I just don't. I think it was flawed. Should have traded Danny Green instead of Seth Curry. We weren't going to take Danny Green. We wanted Seth. Got what's going on? BFTB boxing. What's going on? Goddamn, we gave up too much. Yeah, that was a lot, man. Look. I got nothing but love for the Sixers. Oh, I didn't even change. Look at that. That's how quick I just came on. I didn't even change the borders. I got nothing but love for the Sixers, man. But this was a bad idea. This was a bad trade in my books. We'll see what happens. If you guys win a championship this year, it doesn't matter, right? None of that matters. None of what I'm saying right now matters. But I don't know if you will. I don't know if James Harden is the piece that you guys were missing. I think that Daryl Morey got the pressure from the fan base that something had to happen. I don't think this is the something, especially for what y'all gave up. This was as close to everything we wanted as the as the Brooklyn Nets were going to get. So I just don't know, man. Y'all say that when he don't shoot and just want to play D. That's cool. That's cool. He could play defense. That's all he got to do for us. That's all he has to do for us. Oh, God, that's all he has to do for us. Seth Rowe got fleeced. Y'all got rid of Harden. That's how I'm looking at it. I feel like we got rid of the problem we needed to get rid of, and we got the assets that we basically gave up for him with those 2 first-round picks. Obviously, getting rid of, Andre Drummond is not going to be a Karis LeVert nor Seth Curry. The big man that we gave up. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now. But the Fro. Why am I blanking on his name right now? Either way, they're obviously not player-wise and talent-wise going to match up to the guys we gave up, but you're able to get those first-round picks back. Obviously, the Sixers aren't going to be trash, so those first-round picks won't be lottery picks or anything like that, but who knows? Who knows? Because James Harden has now given up on 3 different franchises. I don't know. I don't know how much I trust him. So, I don't know, man. No way we should have gave up. Seth, yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Seth is a hesitant shooter, brother. Only shoots wide open, Joe. That's fine. I could take that. We got Joe Harris also that jacks up a bunch of threes. So I'm okay with that. What's going on, Marijuana? What's going on? We robbed them. Yeah, we did. We didn't get better. I really don't see how you guys got better. Like, on paper, your starting 5 may have gotten better. I'll say that. But realistically, I don't know. Giving up a Seth Curry, I think that's pretty big. He's been very reliable for y'all. Man, why do we just make this trade? Dumb as F. How don't you get better with a top 75 player? I mean, I understand what you're trying to say, but James Harden, if you look at him this year, he hasn't played that well. 1. 2, you have to change your whole offense for him. Like, that was one point of contention with the Brooklyn Nets, is that they were upset that every time James Harden came off the floor, you have a whole different offense out there. You have a whole different scheme out there. So I mean, that's something to keep in your mind. He is a quitter, though. That's the thing. It had to happen. What's going on, Cal Bundy? I feel you. I get that you wanted to get rid of Ben Simmons, but you just gave the Brooklyn Nets 2 young players, because Seth Curry isn't. He's like, what, 28, right? You gave him 2 young players. You gave them Andre Drummond, which they've been sorely missing, just rebounding in general, if that's all he brings. And you gave them a younger player and 2 first-round picks for a guy they didn't want on the field, on the team anyways. I just don't know. We don't even know how good Harden is going to pair up with Joel. That's a big fact as well. Sixers got robbed. Harden going to make the Sixers worse. And then he's going to be a free agent next year, right? If I'm not mistaken, I believe his contract is up after this year. So you're looking at having to pay him too. So if you guys don't win a championship this year, this might be looked at as one of the worst trades you guys have made in a while, if we're being 100% honest. To be 100% honest, this might be one of the worst trades. Why is everyone so negative? Yeah, so are you, Marijuana, are you saying that the Sixers robbed the Nets? Because I would love to hear your opinion on that if that's what you're thinking. We lost Embiid backup and we lost a sharpshooter. You think he's going to be happy playing? Ben going to be happy playing? We'll see. We'll see. I mean, James Harden didn't want to freaking play. So at least even if Ben decides he's not going to play for the rest of the year, from what I'm hearing, he's very excited to be in Brooklyn. So it seemed like he just wanted to get out of Philly, which it is what it is. That's neither here nor there. But if he doesn't play, we still got two players that exponentially help our team. Seth Curry helps our team. Very much so, in my opinion. So, I mean, you know, and if Ben Simmons realizes that he's in a situation where he's not going to be asked to shoot, if he shoots the ball 4 or 5 times and they're all layups, Brooklyn Nets fans are going to be cool with that. If you're giving us a block a game and a steal or two a game, we're going to be okay with that. At least they didn't give up Maxey. True. I don't like Harden, but he going to mesh well with Embiid. Just crazy he a quitter like that. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't like Kyrie, if I'm being 100% honest, even as a Brooklyn Nets fan. But James Harden, I thought was going to be way better than he was. I thought he was just upset in Houston. You know, obviously we thought he was just upset in Oklahoma, trying to get his way out of there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that you're getting the James Harden you guys think you're going to get. This was a dumb move. We gave up way too much. What's going on, Larry? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Harden is garbage. This year, he hasn't been that good, even when he suits up. There's been games that you're like, all right, that's the Harden we need. But unless he's getting sent to the line, 11 to 15 times, he's not really putting up 30 for you. I will give him this. He became a passer when we needed him to. He decided to play a different type brand of basketball to kind of fit in with a KD and Kyrie. And I'll give him that. I'll give him respect for that. But then he gave up. I wouldn't have gave up Drummond. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got 22 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe if you are new. 76ers aren't winning a chip this year. I don't know if this is... if James Harden goes out there and gives you a full season of just him being the old James Harden, you got a shot. I will say that. You got a shot. But, I mean, he hasn't shown me the propensity to do that anywhere. So, I don't know if he will. And then even if he's extremely mentally healthy, even if he's happy with Philly, if he loves playing with Embiid and he's just happy to be there, he's old. So you have to factor in the fact that maybe he gets hurt as well. He's not a spring chicken anymore. So I just don't know. Brad Wright, what's going on? He says Nets won that trade, a rebounding big, a shooter, and a defensive. And yeah. I mean, we got everything we needed. What did they give up besides Seth? 2 first-round picks, Drummond, and then obviously Ben Simmons. Jarrett Allen, thank you. Why couldn't I think of that? I don't know why I couldn't. It just kept losing my mind. Paul Millsap is involved in the trade. I heard the trade, but I didn't get the exact. I wanted to make sure. So now the Sixers starting 5 is looking like Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. Is that a championship? I don't know. I don't know. I really do feel like the Brooklyn Nets are just... And the Brooklyn Nets are still trying to get players. The Brooklyn Nets now are going to try and flip those 2 first-round picks. Hey, it feels good to be a Brooklyn Nets fan right now. I'll tell you that much. I will tell you that much, man. Now what happens when he don't re-sign with us? Dumb. That's my thing. Like, what if he doesn't? You guys just paid all that for a 1-year rental? Half a year rental at that? I don't know. It's not a win for the Nets because KD can stub his toe and be out for the game or half of the season. I mean, that can happen. That could happen to James Harden. Shoot. It has nothing to do with KD. Obviously, like, everything is going to be seeing how they play now together and everything, with KD having those guys on his team, but it doesn't come down to KD. This was just as much a future move. If Ben Simmons is happy and we can turn around the mental stuff that he had in Philadelphia, we got ourselves a young, at the very least, all defensive player that can handle the ball and move it up down the field, court at about 6'10", 6'11". So, I mean, I don't really see the loss in this. I really don't see the loss in this. Imagine if Sixers kept Butler over Tobias Harris. Yeah. You're going to play Simmons last few minutes in a close game. We don't need him to shoot. We don't need him to shoot. That's the thing. You guys needed him to shoot. We don't need that. We got KD and Kyrie. They love to shoot the ball in clutch situations. We got Joe Harris, one of the better, if not, I think the two previous seasons, I should say, he was the leader in three-point percentage. He was leading the league. I believe he won the three-point contest like 2 years ago, if it's not maybe one or three, somewhere around there. It was a couple years ago. I'm all over the place. But we got him. And then you give us Seth Curry, who can also shoot. I mean, we're good. We're good. We need a defense, and I love it. Terry says, what's the whole trade? So right now, and everybody in the comments, you guys let me know if I'm missing anything. But I believe the Nets are giving up Millsap, James Harden, and then the Sixers are giving up Andre Drummond, obviously Ben Simmons, and Seth Curry, and 2 first-round picks. More than I say it out loud, there's no way you could tell me that we lost this trade. Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, James Harden, power 3. It would have been scary. I mean, like, to quote the great Kanye West, we'll never know, right? We'll never know, because you guys could have had a power 3 if you guys kept Jimmy B, right? We could have had a power 3 if Kyrie decided to take a damn vaccination, right? If he would have just got vaccinated, which I don't really care about it either way. If he would have got vaccinated, this whole season could be different for the Brooklyn Nets. We could be, in first place right now, chilling, not even thinking about it. So, and then also if KD never gets hurt, who knows? So, what if was a fifth, right? Tobias Harris has to step up in the playoffs in order for this to work. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting, right? I feel like it's going to be the James Harden and Joel Embiid show now, so maybe that third option isn't as big of a deal as it was when you were trying to get Ben Simmons to shoot more, but we'll see. Yeah, Eagles has landed, says, yes, sir. Ben Simmons, Andre Drummond, Seth, 2 first-round picks for James Harden and Paul Millsap. Yeah, Seth Curry, 29. All right, so I was close. I said 28. If we drafted Jordan, we would have traded him for Dale Curry. My Sixers just hurt my feeling. Just so you know, Joe, we still struggled rebounding with Drummond on the team, and Seth is not a willing shooter. He only shoots wide open Jays. Well, he's going to have a lot of wide open looks when you got somebody like Ben Simmons, trying to drive the lane, and then you got 2 guys and Kyrie and Kevin Durant that can just make people have to double team them. And then you got people like Joe Harris that can hit a 3-pointer from damn near anywhere on the floor. So I mean, we are a totally different team than you guys. You know what I'm saying? You needed Ben Simmons to do a certain thing that we just don't necessarily need him to do. I don't mind getting Harden, just not at that price. Yeah, if it would have been Ben Simmons for James Harden straight up, I probably wouldn't have been that surprised, and I would have said, hey, at least hopefully Ben Simmons can turn it around. But for us to get all that we got, hey, you could have took out Ben Simmons out of that trade, if I'm being 100% honest. And I'm saying it's at least a good trade. I'm not saying we win it like I am now, but I'm at least saying it's not a terrible trade. Bye-bye, Ben Simmons. You don't want to be... Yeah, hey, it is what it is. We could just have traded... We could have just traded quitters, and I would have been okay with the trade. That's what I'm saying. We didn't give y'all Maxey or Thibault. Really, the only player we didn't want to give up. The 2 first rounds is what hurts for me. I didn't think we would get those picks. And it's funny because I was telling my boy literally like 5 minutes before that somebody told me that works close to the situation that it looked like it was happening, and I told him, you're not going to like this trade. Like, it involves 2 firsts, it involves 2 players, you're not going to like this trade. And he was like, that's not going to happen. And I was like, listen, I'm not one of those dudes yet. Not yet, right? Because I like these guys and I trust them to a certain extent, but not yet to like put my neck on the line. So I'm not one of those dudes that say sources tell me or anything, but I was like, I'm just letting you know. You aren't going to like this. Shout out to my guy Nick, though. I was trying to tell you. If you watching Nick, I was trying to tell you, brother. You think Philly got the dub? I don't, Janny. I don't. Correction, Seth Curry's 31. Oh, so I was way off. Okay. So he's not young. He's not young, but I still like having Seth on the team. We had to get rid of Ben Simmons. If given up, we did to achieve that necessary good. So be it by Charles Bassey and Matisse Thybulle need to step up now. Harden is going to need time to get into the team no matter what. If he plays well or not, Harden is a guy who takes time to adjust to a team. That's true, and your team's going to have to adjust around him. Brooklyn, you already know. I wish I had my Brooklyn outro on here. I wish I did, just to get some of y'all mad. Yes, but in my opinion, too many superstars on Brooklyn didn't mesh well. All those guys, Harden gonna mesh well though with Embiid and Max. You better hope. Nets won this trade. I agree, JJ. Is Simmons gonna play this season? I have no idea. I'm going to have to, listen, I don't cover basketball like that, right? But I'm going to have to hit up my guy, RB. I'm going to have to hit up Run It Back. I'm going to have to talk to these guys that cover them daily and get a little bit of insight. Because me and RB talk, you know what I'm saying? Me and RB been talking about this for a while. So it's kind of funny to see it actually come to fruition. Thybulle needs to score at least 12 a game and not no 6. Hey, yeah. Now you still need a third option. I mean, that's the thing. You still need a third option, right? Like, what was... Yeah. Tobias Harris needs to step up. He needs to give you 20, 25 again. I mean, you still need people to step up. I don't think getting James Harden solves all your problems. It is what it is. Watch when Ben has to go to the line. He will fold like a cheap suit. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know, man. It's going to come to a point where both has to contribute to our offense, and he won't. When Curry is hot, he's very good. When he's cold, he is freezing. I don't think Seth Curry is going to see as much minutes as he did for y'all. I think Seth Curry is going to be a guy that we put on when Joe Harris is off the field. I keep saying field because I'm looking at my Philly freaking name. But once he comes off the court, I think that we just got deep. We just got very deep. If we can just get healthy into the playoffs, and maybe, they changed the rule about how many games Kyrie can play at home. If that rule changes, 76ers won this trade. I don't know. I don't see how that was a fair trade win-win, Mr. Rudy Poo. I don't know. I don't think so, but we'll see. Will Simmons play for the Nets? I assume so. So do you like Philly or Brooklyn? I'm a Nets fan. I am a Nets fan. I'm not going to sit here and cap with y'all, man. It is what it is. Brooklyn won that trade, fellas. I believe so. Ben is perfect place in a perfect place. That's what I'm saying. Ben, real talk, Ben does not have to do what you guys wanted him to do in Philly. It just is what it is. This is a whole different vantage point for him now. I mean, KJ, stop the cap. The 76ers won that trade. I don't see how. You got to explain to me how they won this trade. Nah, Brooklyn got the pieces they need. Facts. Icing on the cake was those 2 first-rounders. Big facts. Big facts. Von Nose says Brooklyn won the trade, but this becomes a problem for Kyrie. I don't see how. How does this become a problem for Kyrie? I really don't see this becoming a problem for Kyrie. Yo, shout out to my guy RB. I know he hype right now. That is hilarious. I just saw his thumbnail. Brooklyn won. Harden will never win a chip. I don't think he will. About time for y'all. What's going on, Dank Burrito? This is great for Kyrie. Ben is an excellent role player. Ben will fit. That's what I'm saying. I think that he's an overpaid role player for us right now, but I'm okay with it. I think Brooklyn going to be a problem, bro. Nets won the trade. I definitely agree. Cowboys fans talk. I mean, I'm hyped. I think this is a beautiful trade. I can't find one thing that I'm upset with. This is a perfect segue into me bringing back the Brooklyn, content to this channel. I can't wait. No, New York is pulling the mandates for indoors. Kyrie wins. Are they? So look at that. If Kyrie comes back, look, if we get into the playoffs and we're healthy, it's a Reynolds wrap. It is. And I know that a lot of y'all hate that I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, but I've always been a Brooklyn Nets fan. We always sucked. So it feels good that we don't suck this year. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? I will take that. I will take the hate on the chin, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to my guys. I'm not going to go too long because my guys are going to be going live tonight, and they are Sixers fans, so you'll get to hear from their side. I just wanted to come on here and talk my junk. But shout out to my guy Marv. Shout out to my guy Marcus. Maybe I'll hop on for a little while and talk a little bit with them. But they're going to be going live tonight at 8:30 to talk about all this. They had this set up for a while, so I'm glad that they get some news to go with it. But man, I'm hyped. The defense is what makes y'all better, and Seth can stretch the floor. That's what I'm saying. It was all about defense right now. It's all about defense for us. It was all about defense. It was all about having that presence down low, which no matter how bad Drummond is, he's not worse than what DeAndre Jordan's slow ass was doing for us. Excuse my language. So, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. I got nothing but love for the Sixers. Right, but this is going to be fun to go back and forth with. But like I said, tonight at 8:30, definitely come back and check out my guys going live, talking about all this, giving you the info from the Sixers side. I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about James Harden's punk self leaving Brooklyn. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Peace. You know what I'm saying? Peace. I do not care. Peace. But other than that, I am out of here, man. But it's going to be Fly Eagles Fly. I'm about to do a video about the Eagles. I just wanted to come on here and talk about this for a little while, because why not? But I'm going to probably go watch RB's video. So if you got somebody you want to go watch live, catch me in RB's live. But other than that, y'all know what it is, man. It's Fly Eagles Fly. We are out here. Peace!
Yeah, fly was flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, early time to do 'em in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.